Hey YouTube, my name is Angel and I am here to talk about how hard it is to lose weight in your 30s, but I think I found some things that may help you, so I'm here to share them. Making us sound like we're hella old. We're not that old, okay? We're only in our 30s. But there's a huge difference from the shift of being in your 20s to being in your 30s. I don't care what anyone says. It is very different. It is very hard. Hormones are changing. Life is changing. Our priorities change. Things are just very different here. And if you know, you know. So in our 30s, a lot of things change for women, especially, well, change for everyone, but especially women. Our hormones are kind of changing. Our bodies are now changing as well with our hormones because we don't realize how much our hormones play a role in our weight loss, weight gain, how we feel, our energy levels. That is a lot of times hormone related. So one thing that I learned is you have to actually eat more. Eating more is scary, especially to someone who, like me, because I've always been a chronic dieter my whole life. So since I've been on this journey in my 30s, I've learned that, okay, you know, you have to eat more. Your calorie deficit, yes, you still have to maintain some form of deficit, but the deficit needs to be smaller. So I'm not going to be extreme dieting because that actually puts your hormones at risk for everything else to kind of fail. So for me, being in a deficit is really important. I think it needs to be for anyone on a weight loss journey. Everyone needs to be in a calorie deficit. It's very simple. Calories in, calories out. You also have to eat whole foods. I think a lot of times our weight loss or our progress is hindered by us eating processed foods because it's like a low cal, but it's not always good for us, and our bodies sometimes just don't know how to digest it. So in turn, we get bloated. We feel like we're retaining a lot of water, or we're just not able to expel it in the right way, which makes you feel kind of crummy and low energy. I think as I've gotten older, I've realized food fuels our body. Listen, I'm a foodie. I love food. So it has to taste good as well. But really and truly, food is what keeps your body moving, what keeps you energized, what balances your hormones, what makes you feel like your best. It's what you put in your body is really important to how you feel. So I think as I've gotten older, I've been more intuitive in that sense. You want to obviously eat good food. Like, I don't restrict myself completely, which is probably not a good thing either. But I think being in a calorie deficit is important. Your calorie deficit just has to be smaller, and your diet has to contain a lot of whole foods. That's been I've been really successful with that. But it's really hard to kind of go from, you know, eating well and being in such a low deficit. Your body has to readjust to this new amount of calories you're taking in, and you might kind of feel like you're gaining weight initially, but eventually your body will adapt, and you'll feel better, you'll look better, especially if you're weight training. If you're working out, you need more calories to hold you, and for women, being on the time of the month, our bodies require more calories to just function. So if you've been experiencing a lot of fatigue, a lot of exhaustion, it could just be that you're not intaking the right foods, but also the right amount of food. I think whole foods, like things that God makes, like God's creation, if you can see it in the world, if you can see it on the grass, if you can see it in your produce section, in your grocery store, it is good for you. The aisles in between have some good stuff, but a lot of it is processed. The more ingredients in the food that we eat, the less healthy it is for us. If the ingredient list is crazy high, crazy big, then clearly it's probably not the best thing for us to have, unless everything on that ingredient list is whole foods. Another thing is I know a lot of people don't like doing this, but I think if you have a goal to lose weight, you have to track your macros. You have to track your calories in, calories out. You have to track everything you eat, because I think until you understand what a serving size is. I think a lot of people overeat, especially on dressings, oils, spreads like peanut butter. People think a tablespoon is one of those tablespoons that we eat from, like we used to eat. It's actually not that big. That's like 2 tablespoons. So when you measure and you realize, oh my God, I'm overeating in these things, and that's probably why I'm not losing weight, that's probably a big eye opener. Another thing is maintaining the muscle mass that we do have in our bodies. We have to have a high protein diet. That can be, calculated with either 0.8 times your weight in pounds right now. You can actually just go on one of those calculators online, or just one gram of protein per lean body mass that you, like your goal weight. So if my goal weight's 150, then my protein should be 150 grams per day. The importance of protein, it has building blocks. Protein is a building block. Protein is what rebuilds that muscles, because when you're working out and weight training, the muscles are torn slightly. So when they're recovering and rebuilding and getting stronger and stronger, protein is the benefiting aid on that. So you need protein, and it makes you look leaner and it makes you look better. It doesn't bloat you. That's another thing. A lot of times, like dairy, gluten, all that stuff is very bloating. Makes you feel like you're just like, makes you retain water, your stomach feels gross, you just feel unwell. But when you have protein is so good for you. So one thing that I kind of do now is I start with my protein, and then I work to my veggies, and then I have carbs. Don't get me wrong, I don't cut out any food groups, but my carbs are at the end. I substitute regular bread for sourdough bread. I actually really love that. Like, it's really good. But yeah, so that's nutrition is number one. You cannot outwork a bad diet. Let me tell you, and as we get older in our 30s, it is way more important to have a better diet. Another thing that is really important when we're getting older, I know some people are gonna really not be okay with this, but you have to increase, obviously, your strength training. As we get older, it's natural that we lose muscle mass and strength. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a nurse as well. So mind you, I see a lot of elderly people and they're so weak. I don't want to be weak. I want to be strong. Maybe not strong, but I want to be able to maintain myself, maintain my body weight, maintain my strength. I think that's super important. So I do strength training 3 to 4 times a week. I try to mix it up, 2 days of upper body, 2 days of lower body, or I do full body days, which I love. I actually like strength training a lot more than I like cardio. Although cardio is super important, you really need the cardio because it helps with your heart health, it helps with your respiratory system, it helps with a lot of things, especially as we're getting older. We need to get stronger, we need to, our endurance needs to get better. As we're aging, that all starts to decline as a natural occurrence of aging. So these are things like we're fighting against aging. Okay, I'm not fighting that much. I'm happy with who I am and how old I am, but I want to be my very best the older I get. I also try to add so if I do weight training, say for 45 minutes to an hour, I'll try to do 20 minutes of cardio. It could just be walking. I could be walking uphill, elliptical, spin class, whatever is fun and convenient for you. Just do it. If you have kids, take them on a walk. If you have an hour to spare, go work out at the gym. Do what feels good for you, but get your body moving. It is so important. The third thing that I would suggest is making sure you have at least 1.5 to 3 liters of water a day. Yeah, I know. Some people are going to be like, that's too much. You're going to dilute your body. You're going to dilute your organs. No, you're not. No, you are not. The people who say that really don't understand how important water is for the functioning of your body. Most of our body is water. So if you're drinking a lot, yes, you'll be peeing a lot. Yes, you will be peeing a lot, but it is good for you. It flushes your system, it flushes your organs, it makes you feel healthier, lighter, it keeps you hydrated. Hydration is so important for weight loss People don't realize this. Your body needs to be hydrated in order to sleep better, to be able to absorb the food that you're eating. Everything. Water is literally you could, if you are dehydrated on the inside, it will show on the outside for your skin. Every organ needs water. Water, water, water. Water is so important to hydration, and hydration is so important to this weight loss journey. You need water and electrolytes. You can add electrolytes. You can add those like really cool flavored packaging. Do whatever you want. Make sure you drink your water, not Coke. You can have Coke Zero. You can have all that diet stuff, but you still need water. Number 4 would be that you will need to get at least 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. This is low impact. You know, I know a lot of people talk about HIIT workouts, and yes, they're great. Yes, they make you feel like you did a really intense job, but walking is so underrated. Getting your steps in, whatever it may be, if it's 10 minutes after every meal, go out for a walk. If it's maybe just walking to the store, parking a little further, get your body moving. Walking is the key to helping you lose weight without feeling overexerted. Like, I'm telling you, walking is like, it can be life-changing. Just get your steps in, get moving. If 8 to 10,000 is too much for you, start at 5, then go to 6, then go to 7, work your way up. It doesn't have to be where you start where I'm starting, or you start where other people are starting. Start where you need to start. But there's no excuse for you not to start if you want to make a change. You need to start moving your body, and that's simply walking. If you're capable to walk. Like, some people are really unwell and they have joint issues and cannot walk. And I'm sorry, this is not meant to make you feel bad or whatever. This is just for the people who want to make the change and are able to make that change with walking. It's super important. But nutrition always comes first. Walking is second, I think. Get your nutrition in and get your steps in. You will be doing amazing. And then your water, amazing. What else did I say? Strength training. Strength training. Super, super awesome. Those are such important pieces to the puzzle. And honestly, you'll see a change within yourself within the first week. 2 weeks, you'll be different. 3 weeks, you're already starting the habit. Everyone's going to start noticing it. The more you go, the more you'll feel, and you'll just feel so much better, so much healthier with just these 3 things changing. Okay, if you can't strength train, fine. The top 3 right now is nutrition. Get your nutrition on track, get your steps in, and get your water intake. Those 3 you can start at once. I know it can be a little overwhelming to do everything under the list all in one day. Just change your life completely. It's maybe not reasonable for you. But start with one that you can change right now. And then pile on these habits. And then you'll see a change. You'll eventually become habit for you and a lifestyle change. This is not a short game. This is a long haul. You're gonna want to be healthy for the long haul, not just for like a day or 2 and then get back to where you were. No, you want to make this a lifestyle change and change this for the long haul. Last but not least, and this is one I am struggling with so much because I'm a shift worker. It has been really, really, really hard for me to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay, 6 I can probably do, but 8, it's damn near impossible, to be honest with you. Because I have 12-hour shifts that are changing all the time, and I have to go to the gym, I have to work out, I have responsibilities other than just working and going home to sleep. It's been hard to prioritize 8 hours, but these 8 hours of sleep are really important. Sleep, period. Good quality sleep is so good and is so important for your weight loss journey, especially as we're getting older in our 30s. I know I'm making us sound like we're hella old. We're not that old, okay? We're only in our 30s. But there's a huge difference from the shift of being in your 20s to being in your 30s. I don't care what anyone says. It is very different. It is very hard. Hormones are changing. Life is changing. Our priorities change. Things are just very different here. And if you know, you know. I don't need a man to tell me, no, it should be the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. But sleeping is important for recovery. when you work out, when you eat healthy, your body needs to recover, and sleep is the most important thing. So when you lack sleep, you hold on to water, you feel sluggish, you feel exhausted, your energy levels are low. Those are all contributing factors to your health and wellness journey. So I really would suggest, if you can, if it's in your time frame, if you can do it, try to get these, as much sleep as you can. Prioritize your sleep, get good quality sleep. I started taking some melatonin because it's a bit more natural than like any other sleep aids. But I have a hard time staying asleep, so I wake up a few times at night. My shift work is kind of all over the place, so if you're a shift worker, you know what I mean. My shifts can be 9 to 9, 11 to 11, 7:30 to 7:30. It's kind of all over the place. Overnights, days, and I've kind of flipped between all those shifts in 1 week, really. So for me, it's been a little hard, but I'm trying. I'm not coming from a judgmental place. I'm just kind of going through the journey myself, and I'm learning certain things about my body, and maybe what's happening with my body isn't what's happening with your body, and that's okay. I've had a challenge with weight loss my entire life. I've been at my goal, and then life happens, and then I gained a lot of weight, and then I lost it, and then I gained it, and then I lost it, and then I gained it again. So we're here, and we're learning, because every phase of our life is very different, and you just kind of have to adjust with where you are right now, and not think that you're back to where you were. Because if you go back to there, you're going to fail so quickly, and you're going to be so discouraged. You just have to remember, we're here, we have to learn our new norms, and this is where we can go from now. We're not where we were, and that's okay. We're here now. What are we going to do to change tomorrow? How are we going to better ourselves for tomorrow? Not where we were. Not going backwards, but looking forward. And that may be that you're lifting lighter. That may be that you're only able to do 10 minutes of cardio. That may mean that you may not be able to completely change your diet because you have a house full of kids and family, and things are coming in and out. I used to live on my own. I would control what would come into my home, but now when I live with my mom, it's a little harder. When I'm with my partner, it's a little harder. It's just because I'm on this journey doesn't mean everyone else is on this journey. So it's kind of, you have to make that choice for you. And it's hard, and you can't be perfect. If you think you're going to be perfect, you're already kind of failing, because you just have to stay consistent. You just have to do your best to do what you can every single day. If you can't hit all 5 in one day, that's fine. If you hit 4, that's still a win. If you hit 3, that is still a win. Just work on becoming better and better and better every single day, and staying consistent. The progress comes in consistency. Just stay with it. Just don't give up on the process. Just trust it. Trust the process. Okay, guys, it was so nice chatting with you. This is kind of awkward for me, but I think I kind of overcame the awkwardness once I started getting to talk to you guys. I will be posting a lot more content as I go. It's all going to be near and dear to my heart. Genuinely, I'm here to help you guys on your journey as I'm going through my journey. You guys, this community I've heard is amazing. I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok, I'll link them below. But I really, I feel like I've been pulled into the YouTube realm, and I'm excited because I think this might be my new thing. I think this is the community that I've been looking for and I've been wanting. So if this resonates with you, please subscribe. Sorry if this was a long-winded video, but I will see you guys soon. Subscribe so you can see my upcoming videos. Mwah!